Everybody got something to say. Most of them should shut the hell up. Every bar got a philosopher. Every stool got a king. Every man with a cold beer thinking knows everything. Everybody got advice now. Everybody got a plan. Funny how they're always experts on another man's land. You keep talking about success, but I ain't seen you build a thing. Keep talking about hard work, but your hands look pretty clean. Keep talking about loyalty till the pressure starts to rise. Then suddenly them principles disappear before my eyes. I've heard the same old speeches in 100 different towns. The loudest mouths always talking while the real ones get it done. One more speech, one more sound, one more fool talking loud. One more take, one more bluff, man. I've heard enough. Shut the fuck up and let the word talk. Shut the fuck up and take a long walk. Shut the fuck up. If you ain't got proof, everybody got opinions, few got truth. Shut the fuck up. That's my advice tonight. The loudest people in the room usually ain't living right. Yeah, you keep posting motivation like you invented the grind, talking about winning battles you ain't never fought in your life. You got stories about glory, you got theories about pain, but every time life gets ugly, you disappear again. See, I don't hate nobody, I just hate wasted air. Too many people talking like somebody actually cares. Cause talking ain't accomplishment, and talking ain't a skill, and talking never built a house or helped somebody pay a bill. Meanwhile, the quiet guy is loading up before dawn, working 12-hour shifts while the loud mouths carry on. One more rant, one more show, one more thing we already know. One more word, one more puff, man. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and let the word talk. Shut the fuck up and take a long walk. Shut the fuck up. If you ain't got proof, everybody got opinions, few got truth. Shut the fuck up. That's my advice tonight. The loudest people in the room usually ain't living right. You know what's impressive? Results! Shut up! Get to work! Shut up! Earn your words! Shut up! Prove it now! More show! Shut up! Hear the crowd! Real men don't talk loud! Shut up! Let it be. The work should speak, not you or me. Shut the fuck up and let the dust settle. Shut the fuck up and show your mettle. Shut the fuck up. That's the outlaw code. The people talking the most ain't carrying the load. Shut the fuck up. That's the lesson learned. The fire don't care what you say, only what you've earned. Shut the fuck up or keep talking all night. Either way, the work will tell us who was wrong and who was right. Less talking, more doing. No! Less talking, more doing. quick question. Who asked you? Everywhere I go these days, somebody got a poem to make. Somebody got advice to give. Somebody got a hot new take. You tell me how I ought to live. You tell me where I ought to go. You tell me what I should believe, like somehow you would know. Yeah. You ain't walked a mile I walked. You ain't carried what I carried. You ain't paid a single bill that my name got buried under. Yet here you come again with another grand speech, like wisdom grows automatically every time somebody speaks. Funny how opinions multiply when responsibility disappears. Everybody got confidence till accountability appears. One more lecture, one more view, one more thing you'd probably do, one more sentence, one more cue. Nobody asked you, nobody asked you, but here you go again, talking like the world's been waiting for your wisdom to begin. Nobody asked you, that's the funny part, you just keep throwing words around like they're coming from the heart. Nobody asked you, yet you never miss a chance to tell another grown man how he ought to live his plans. Yeah, you got an answer for everything except your own situation. You got solutions for strangers and problems of every nation. You know how everybody else should be running their lives, but somehow your own backyard still ain't organized. I ain't trying to be cruel, I'm just calling what I see. The people giving all the advice need it more than me. 'Cause real wisdom usually listens before it starts to talk. And real experience don't need a billboard on the block. Meanwhile, the people getting somewhere ain't saying much at all. They're too busy laying foundations while you're decorating walls. One more opinion, one more rant, one more thing nobody asked, one more theory, one more clue. Still nobody asked you, nobody asked you, but here you go again, talking like the world's been waiting for your wisdom to begin. Nobody asked you, that's the funny part, you just keep throwing words around like they're coming from the heart. Nobody asked you, yet you never miss a chance to tell another grown man how he ought to live his plans. You know what's free? Opinions. That's why everybody got one. Who asked you? Not me. Who asked you? Can't you see? Who asked you? Tell me when, 'cause here you go again. Who asked you? All night long, talking like you can't be wrong. Who asked you? Hear the truth, nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. That's where we're at. You keep giving up directions without a map. Nobody asked you. That's the outlaw view. The people doing real work ain't worried about what you do. Nobody asked you, and that's alright. You can keep talking all day and all through the night. Nobody asked you, but the truth remains. The loudest advice usually comes from the cheapest seats in the game. Still waiting on an answer. Who asked you? past you. Got stories for days, got speeches for weeks, got a whole lot of confidence every time you speak. You talk about the grind like you built it with your hands. Talk about hard times like you survived every demand. You got plans for the future, got opinions on success, got 1,000 explanations for why you ain't there yet. Every night at the bar, you sound 10 feet tall. Funny thing is I ain't seen you build a damn thing at all. 'Cause talking feels productive till reality walks in. And reality don't care about the stories you've been spinning. One more speech, one more show, one more thing we already know. One more promise, one more squawk. All talk, no walk. All talk, no walk. That's your reputation. Big plans, big words, no destination. All talk, no walk. That's the game you play. Talking about tomorrow while wasting the day. All talk, no walk. Everybody can see you spend more time describing it than you'll ever be. You got motivational quotes saved inside your phone. Got 100 life lessons that ain't your own. You love hearing yourself talk, love hearing yourself explain, love telling people how to win without playing the game. See, work leaves evidence, results leave tracks, and effort don't need witnesses to prove the facts. But every time I hear you, it's another grand design, another giant dream, another mountain you gon' climb. Yet 6 months later, nothing changed at all. Same stool, same beer, same stories at the wall. One more theory, one more claim, one more promise with no name, one more lecture, one more squawk. All talk, no walk. All talk, no walk. That's your reputation. Big plans, big words, no destination. All talk, no walk. That's the game you play. Talking about tomorrow while wasting the day. All talk, no walk. Everybody can see you spend more time describing it than you'll ever be. Ain't hard to sound successful. Try being it. All talk, no walk. All bark, no bite. All day, all night. All talk, no walk. Big claims, no proof. Big words, no truth. All talk, no walk. That's the deal. Everybody knows who's real. All talk, no walk. That's the cold truth. A million words ain't worth one thing you actually do. All talk, no walk. And time keeps score. Sooner or later, people notice more. All talk, no walk. That's the outlaw view. The work don't care what you say or do. All talk, no walk. And that's alright, 'cause while you're talking, we're working through the night. Less announcing, more doing. comments. I didn't ask. Everybody got a statement, everybody got a view, everybody got a reason why they wouldn't do what I do. You tell me what I'm missing, tell me where I'm getting it wrong. Like somehow you've been walking down this road all along. You see one little chapter, then you swear you know the book. See one little moment, then you swear you got me shook. Funny how assumptions grow when facts are running low. And funny how the loudest people always think they know. I don't need another lecture, don't need another speech. Half the folks giving advice ain't practicing what they preach. One more comment, one more take, one more judgment people make, one more reason I back out of hearing all that now. Keep your comments, keep your point of view, cause I got enough problems without borrowing yours too. Hey! Keep your comments, keep your little review, the people doing real work ain't got time for what you do. Hey! Keep your comments, that's the honest truth. You spend too much time talking and not enough time moving. I met men who built businesses without saying a word. And I met men with giant mouths who never built what they prefer. That's why I trust actions more than speeches at a bar. Cause results leave fingerprints, words don't leave them all. You can tell me what you change, you can tell me what you'd fix, but if your own roof leaking, you should probably start with it. Cause everybody wants authority, nobody wants the load. Everybody loves directions till it's time to hit the road. Meanwhile I'm still grinding, still chasing what I see, still too damn busy building to need your commentary. One more opinion, one more line, one more waste of both our time, one more speech, one more doubt. Keep that noise out. Keep your comments, keep your point of view, cause I got enough problems without borrowing yours too. Keep your comments, keep your little review, the people doing real work ain't got time for what you do. Keep your comments, that's the honest truth. You spend too much time talking and not enough time moving. Everybody got advice, few got results. Keep your comments, keep them there. I got enough without your share. Keep your comments, let them rest. I'm too busy doing my best. Less talk, more grind, that's how you get ahead in time. Keep your comments, ain't you see? Your opinion don't run me. Keep your comments, that's where they belong, is talking about another man who won't help you get along. Keep your comments, that's the outlaw way. Focus on your own road and your own damn day. Keep your comments, that's the lesson learned. The loudest critics in the room rarely take their turn. Keep your comments, and I'll keep mine, cause I'm too busy building to stand around and whine. Save it for somebody else. Save it for somebody else. Funny thing about noise, it ain't the same as strength. walked into that bar tonight. Same old faces, same old scene, same loud guy holding court like he's some local king. Got a story for every subject, got an answer for every man. Got a whole lot of confidence and a whole lot less than planned. He's talking about money, talking about power, talking about all the things he's gonna do someday, somehow. Talking about hard times, talking about sacrifice. Funny thing is nobody there seen him pay that price. 'Cause real work leaves evidence and effort leaves a trail. But all that talking in the world won't help a weak story sell. One more speech, one more round, one more voice above the crowd. One more claim, one more tune from the loudest man in the room. The loudest man in the room usually ain't the strongest. The loudest man in the room just talks the longest. The loudest man in the room always got something to prove, while the quiet ones are busy making bigger moves. The loudest man in the room, that's the joke I found. The more they need attention, the louder they get now. I've known men built like mountains who barely spoke at all. And I've known men built like feathers who sounded 10 feet tall. One was busy working, one was busy being seen. One was building something real, one was selling dreams. That's the difference. Most folks miss 'cause noise attracts the eye, and confidence can look real good from the outside. But pressure tells the truth, and pressure never lies. It shows who's built to keep going and who's just in disguise. I watched that movie play out 100 times or more. The loudest guy at midnight is gone by 4:30. One more lecture, one more boast, one more thing to raise a toast. One more sentence, one more broom from the loudest man in the room. The loudest man in the room usually ain't the strongest. The loudest man in the room just talks the longest. The loudest man in the room always got something to prove, while the quiet ones are busy making bigger moves. The loudest man in the room, that's the joke I found. The more they need attention, the louder they get now. The strongest man I ever met hardly talked. Loud and proud, loud and wrong, talking big all night long. Loud and clear, loud and fast, but real things actually last. Loud man, big show, where'd all them results go? Loud man, hear the truth, the word talks, not you. The loudest man in the room usually fades away, while the quiet guy keeps building day by day. The loudest man in the room gets applause tonight, but applause don't mean much in the morning light. The loudest man in the room, that's the outlaw view. Talk is cheap, and everybody knows it's true. The loudest man in the room can keep chasing the crowd. I'll take the quiet man who's making everybody proud. Noise fades, results stay. Results stay. talking ain't doing. Never was. Yeah. Everybody got a vision, everybody got a plan. Everybody says they're working on becoming their own man. Everybody loves the starting line, everybody loves the dream. Everybody wants the harvest, ain't everybody planting seeds. See, the internet is crowded with a million overnight kings selling shortcuts to success, wrapped in shiny little things. But dirt still grows the crops, and sweat still pays the bills, and every road worth traveling still climbs a real damn hill. That's the part they never mention when they're preaching from the stage, 'cause hard work ain't exciting till it finally gets paid. One more speech, one more claim, one more promise with no name, one more talk, one more thing without doing anything. Talking ain't doing, dreaming ain't done. You gotta put boots on the ground if you wanna become someone. Talking ain't doing, that's the cold hard truth. The world don't pay attention to what you're gonna do. Talking ain't doing, the work tells the tale. Everybody sounds successful till it's time to nail. I've seen men work graveyards and still chase another goal. Seen women carry families while paying every toll. I've seen folks build empires one brick at a time, never once announcing it, never begging for a sign. Meanwhile, another loud mouth still explaining his next move. 5 years later, standing there with the same old excuse. See, motion beats intention, and action beats belief, and discipline keeps showing up long after motivation leaves. That's why I trust calloused hands more than polished words, 'cause effort speaks a language that everybody heard. One more dream, one more doubt, one more thing you're talking about, one more goal, one more view. What are you gonna do? Talking ain't doing, dreaming ain't done. You gotta put boots on the ground if you wanna become someone. Talking ain't doing, that's the cold hard truth. The world don't pay attention to what you're gonna do. Talking ain't doing, the work tells the tale. Everybody sounds successful till it's time to nail. Plans are cheap, work ain't. Get to work, get to work. Let's talk more dirt. Get to work, pay your dues. Don't just talk about what you'll do. Get to work, day and night. That's how dreams come to life. Get to work, can't you see? The work talks, not the speech. Talking ain't doing, that's the outlaw code. The dream don't move an inch till you carry the load. Talking ain't doing, that's the lesson learned. The people making progress usually wait their turn. Talking ain't doing, and that's alright, 'cause while you're talking, I'm working through the night. Talking ain't doing, that's where I stand. Success ain't built by words, it's built by hands. Let's talk more work. less talk, more work. Less mouth, more work. Hey, yeah. Everybody wants respect, but nobody wants to grind. Everybody loves a trophy, ain't nobody loving overtime. Everybody got a reason why they ain't where they should be. Everybody got a story explaining what could be. Meanwhile, the sun keeps rising, the clock keeps moving on, the bills keep showing up where the motivation's gone. That's why I learned early, the world don't care about plans. The world only notices what gets built by your hands. I ain't saying life's easy, hell I know it ain't, but talking never fixed the problem, and complaining never paid. One more excuse, one more delay, one more reason not today, one more promise, one more word. Man, that's getting old. Less mouth, more word. That's how things get done. The people making progress ain't announcing every run. Less mouth, more word. That's the outlaw way. Put your boots in the dirt and get after the day. Less mouth, more work. Hey. That's the honest truth. Hey. Dreams don't care what you say, they care what you do. I know men who work doubles for 20 years straight, built a life for their family without a single complaint. Never posted about sacrifice, never bragged about pain. Just got up every morning and did the damn thing again. That's the kind of strength you won't hear in a speech, the kind that shows up daily long before success is reached. Cause discipline's a quiet thing, it don't need applause, it keeps showing up even when it's hard. Meanwhile, another loud mouth still explaining his delay, talking about tomorrow while wasting today. One more theory, one more talk, one more laugh around the block, one more dream, one more instead of going to work. Less mouth, more work. That's how things get done. The people making progress ain't announcing every run. Less mouth, more work. That's the outlaw way. Put your boots in the dirt and get after the day. Less mouth, more work. That's the honest truth. Dreams don't care what you say, they care what you do. Your goals don't need motivation, they need effort. Less mouth, more work. Less talk, more dirt. Less talk, more grind. That's how you get ahead in time. Less mouth, more sweat. Go earn what you ain't got yet. Less talk, more drive. That's how dreams stay alive. Less mouth, more work. That's the lesson learned. The fight don't care what you say, only what you've earned. Less mouth, more work. That's the road I know. The strongest people I met always kept it low. Oh, less mouth, more work. That's where I stand. Success ain't built by speeches, it's built by hands. Less mouth, more work. And that's enough for me, cause results got a voice louder than anything you'll ever speak. Talk less, do more. Save your breath. You're wasting it. From dreamers, heard excuses from quitters too, heard experts explain success without ever seeing it through. I've heard people swear they're changing, heard people swear they're close, heard people tell the same damn story for 20 years coast to coast. Everybody wants attention, everybody wants the floor, everybody got a message like we ain't heard it before. But words get cheap with mileage, and speeches wear out fast, and eventually all that talking runs out of gas. That's why I quit listening to people selling air. If your actions ain't backing it, I honestly don't care. One more speech, one more line, one more waste of both our time, one more promise, one more myth, I ain't buying it. Save your breath, save your speech. Some things ain't worth repeating, and you ain't teaching me. Save your breath, save your sound. The louder that you talk, the less I'm hearing now. Save your breath. That's the truth I found. Real work speaks softly, fake work speaks loud. I watch men chase applause till they forgot the goal. Watch people build an image while neglecting their soul. I've seen workers stay quiet and builders stay low, 'cause they understood progress ain't something you gotta show. Meanwhile, another loudmouth still explaining his worth, like saying it enough times will somehow make it work. But confidence ain't volume, and wisdom ain't noise, and maturity usually means learning when to avoid the urge to prove yourself to people who don't matter. 'Cause arguing with fools just makes the room louder. One more comment, one more claim, one more ride on the same train, one more lecture, one more doubt. I can tune it out. Save your breath, save your speech. Some things ain't worth repeating, and you ain't teaching me. Save your breath, save your sound. The louder that you talk, the less I'm hearing now. Save your breath. That's the truth I found. Real work speaks softly, fake work speaks loud. The older I get, the less I argue. Save your breath, save your air. I don't need it over here. Save your breath, save your talk. I got miles left to walk. Less noise, less show. That's how real men grow. Save your breath, can't you see? You ain't gotta convince me. Save your breath, that's where I'm at. I've heard enough speeches to fill 1,000 maps. Save your breath, that's the outlaw way. The strongest people I know got little to say. Save your breath, let time decide who's building something real and who's just along for the ride. Save your breath, 'cause the truth remains. The Keep your breath. You'll need it. You don't like hearing the truth. You like hearing yourself. Every conversation somehow ends up back on you. Every story gets rewritten till you're the hero too. Every room becomes a stage, every chair becomes a throne. Every topic somehow circles back to what you've done. You ain't listening for answers, you ain't listening to learn. You're just waiting for your turn to make the spotlight return. That's why nothing ever changes, that's why nothing ever sticks. You hear every word that's spoken, but you somehow always miss it. 'Cause hearing ain't listening, and talking ain't wisdom, and being the loudest voice don't make anybody listen. One more story, one more spin, one more place you've already been. One more speech, one more sale, same old carousel. You love hearing yourself more than hearing the truth. You love hearing yourself, that's what you always do. You love hearing yourself, every room can tell. You ain't chasing understanding, you're just under your own spell. You love hearing yourself, that's the honest truth. The whole world's talking, but all you hear is you. I met men who spoke softly and changed the whole room. I met men who talked forever and left before noon. See, wisdom usually whispers, it don't scream to be heard. And confidence don't need 500 extra words. But every time I see you, you're explaining something else, trying to convince everybody, including yourself. Funny thing about reality, they don't care about your speech. Reality keeps moving where the people preach. And while you're busy talking, life keeps passing by. You can't build a future with your mouth open all night. One more lecture, one more take, one more point you're gonna make. One more round, one more yell, same old carousel. You love hearing yourself more than hearing the truth. You love hearing yourself, that's what you always do. You love hearing yourself, every room can tell. You ain't chasing understanding, you're just under your own spell. You love hearing yourself, that's the honest truth. The whole world's talking, but all you hear is you. You ain't listening, you're waiting. All you hear is you, all you hear is you. Room full of voices, room full of clues, and all you hear is you. Talking loud, talking long, somehow still getting it wrong. All you hear is you. Yourself, that's why nothing lasts. That's why every lesson slips right through your hands. You love hearing yourself more than facing facts. That's why you're still standing in the same old tracks. You love hearing yourself, the time don't care. The truth keeps moving forward whether You're aware you love hearing yourself, and that's alright. The world keeps turning long after the spotlight. Try listening sometime. The quieter I get. I used to answer everything, used to defend my name, used to waste whole afternoons trying to explain, trying to make people understand, trying to make things clear, till I learned some folks don't listen, they just wait to hear themselves. So I stopped feeding noise, stop playing every game, stop trying to convince people who already made their claim. Funny thing happened after that, the room got strange. People started wondering why I wasn't playing. See, silence makes people nervous when they're expecting a fight. Silence leaves them standing there, talking to the night. No reply, no sound, no need to break it down. No debate, no anger shown, just leave it alone. Silence hits harder than words ever could. Silence hits harder when it's understood. Silence hits harder than yelling all night, 'cause confidence don't need permission to know it's right. Silence hits harder, that's the truth I found. Nothing shakes a loud mouth like no response now. I watch people keep talking, trying to pull me in, trying to get a reaction, trying to get beneath my skin. But maturity teaches lessons that pride never learns. Not every fire deserves the fuel required to burn. Sometimes the strongest answer is no answer at all. Sometimes the strongest move is refusing the call. 'Cause every minute spent arguing is a minute that ain't mine, and I'd rather spend that time building something over time. Now when people start talking, I just let them speak, 'cause eventually everybody shows exactly what they mean. No response, no chase, no reason to waste. One more rant, one more show, let it go. Silence hits harder than words ever could. Silence hits harder when it's understood. Silence hits harder than yelling all night, 'cause confidence don't need permission to know it's right. Silence hits harder, that's the truth I found. Nothing shakes a loud mouth like no response now. Some battles get won by walking away. No reply, no sound, watch the noise break down. No reply, no fight, let the truth show itself tonight. No reply, no fear, that's why I'm still here. No reply, can't you see? Silence speaks for me. Silence hits harder, that's the outlaw way. Not every challenge needs a word to say. Silence hits harder That's what I've learned. The strongest fires burn quiet while the weak ones burn. Silence hits hard and time proves it true. Most people reveal themselves if you simply let them do. Silence hits harder, that's where I stand. The loudest thing in the room ain't always the loudest man. Sometimes nothing says everything. I got nothing to prove. The work already did. I've heard 1,000 promises. I've heard 1,000,000 plans. I've watched people spend whole years talking about becoming men. Everybody loves potential. Everybody loves the dream. But dreams don't mean much till they're more than what they seem. See, I quit making speeches a long, long time ago, when I figured out results move a whole lot slower than the stories people tell about what they're gonna be, and a whole lot faster than excuses ever speak. Now I keep my head down and my boots on the ground, 'cause the strongest statements ain't usually spoken out loud. No big claims, no parade, just another brick laid. One more step, one more mile, building all the while. Let the work talk, let the results speak. Let the long nights tell you what they mean. Let the work talk, that's the outlaw way. You don't need a microphone when the proof's on display. Let the work talk, that's the lesson learned. The loudest voice in the room ain't always earned. I know people chasing attention and people chasing goals. Funny thing is only one usually reaches those, 'cause attention's like smoke, looks big then disappears, while hard work stacks slowly through the years. I've seen welders, truckers, carpenters, and farmers too, men who never brag once about the things they do. But somehow at the end, when all the dust had cleared, they were the ones everybody trusted year after year. That's because substance lasts and image fades away, and reality don't care what you posted yesterday. One more sunrise, one more shift, one more load to lift, one more day, one more mark, leaving proof in the dark. Let the work talk, let the results speak. Let the long nights tell you what they mean. Let the work talk, that's the outlaw way. You don't need a microphone when the proof's on display. Let the work talk, that's the lesson learned. The loudest voice in the room ain't always earned. Results don't argue, they exist. Let the work talk, let it show, let the people find enough. Let the work talk, loud and clear, that's why we're still right here. No excuses, no disguise, the proof is in your life. Let the word talk. Can't you see? The results speak for me. Let the word talk. That's where I'm at. I've heard enough speeches to fill 1,000 maps. Let the word talk. That's the honest truth. The world remembers actions long after it forgets you. Let the word talk. That's the road I know. The strongest roots in life usually grow below. Let the word talk, and time will decide who's building something real and who's just along for the ride. Talk is cheap. Proof ain't. No more talking. Watch. Watch. I've heard every prediction, I've heard every doubt. Heard people swear they knew how this thing would turn out. Heard people tell me why it couldn't be done, why the odds were too heavy, why I should've run. But opinions don't move mountains, and doubt don't build roads, and criticism never carried anybody's load. So while they kept talking, I kept putting in the time. One more sunrise, one more mile, one more climb. Now the same people watching got a different look somehow. Funny what success can do to a room full of doubt. One more year, one more scar, one more step from where we are. One more brick, one more stack, never looking back. Now shut up and watch. Watch the work speed, watch the long nights turn into something concrete. Now shut up and watch. Watch the dust clear. Everything I said I'd do is standing right here. Now shut up and watch. That's the outlaw way. Less talking every year, more proof every day. I didn't get here arguing, didn't get here loud, didn't get here begging for acceptance from a crowd. I got here by showing up when nobody cared, by staying on the road when nobody was there. I've learned something simple over all these years. Most people want the spotlight, few survive the grind that's here. Everybody loves the victory, everybody loves the win, but they don't see the sacrifices that happen underneath it. That's alright though, I don't need the credit. The work already knows exactly who did it. And every scar I carry, and every lesson I survived, helped build the man that's standing right before your eyes. One more shift, one more load, one more mile down the road, one more day, one more patch. Watch what happens. Now shut up and watch. Watch the work speed, watch the long nights turn into something concrete. Now shut up and watch. Watch the dust clear. Everything I said I'd do is standing right here. Now shut up and watch. That's the outlaw way. Less talking every year, More proof every day. I don't need the last word, I got the last result. Shut up and watch. Shut up and watch. Watch the work, watch the grind, watch the years ate up in time. Shut up and watch. Shut up and see the results. Don't need me. Shut up and watch. Watch it grow. That's the thing you never know. Now shut up and watch. That's where I stand. Everything I built started with these hands. Now shut up and watch. That's the honest truth. The world remembers actions, not what people said they do. Now shut up and watch. And time will decide who's building something real and who's just along for the ride. Now shut up and watch, 'cause the proof's all here. The louder they talked, the further I got every year. The talking's over. Look around. Look around.